All right, check microphone 1 2. All right, it's 5:17 a.m. in the morning now, but there's I don't know, it's this late. I just woke up like 2 a.m. But I was thinking I have wandering thoughts. I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk about why I think the communication is one of the core solution to the almost any problem. I believe that communication is one of the key things to solve most of the problem. Like the first step to do it is the communication, and that's why I also think that I wanted to start making content on YouTube, or basically to learn English to communicate better, like I always say. And the thing about the most problem that everyday problem, yeah, common problem that everyday occur in other people's life, it's such a small problem if we look at it, and then it's sometimes it's getting out of hand, it's getting bigger without the reason, like just because people miscommunicate sometimes. Yeah, that's why I believe that it's one of the key things. Like, let's say, for example, I have this when I was doing food business with my cousin, not cousin, nephew, I don't know, my blood, not, let, let's just say my brother, yeah, one of my brother, because we have a big family, and the food business is not doing well because the mismanagement. And for at first I was looking like that it's because mismanagement, but at the core of the problem I noticed that it is simply because so this my brothers, he was actually, my mom, sister have a child, and that's what I called, let's say his name is Agus, and he was running this food business, and then there's a mismanagement, and then at the end of it, the business is shutting down because his young brother, um so Agus, believed that his young brother have some kind of credible about managing stuff, but then once they spend, let's say that, what was the word, this is the heart of the, for example, I was gonna say, he believed to his brother to manage the stuff, but since the young brother didn't communicate what to spend the money for, and when the young brother got asked, uh, what do you spend the money for? He didn't. The younger brother didn't told. Uh, there's no transparency, like, and he always find a reason that he's busy, something like that, and then the old brother, the August, is getting mad at it. And then family problem occur because of that, and then it affect the food business basically, so it's shutting down. That's one of the example that kind of big. And then there's also small example like communication when you text somebody and they didn't reply, right? And maybe the person is forget or something. I mean, anything could happen, right? If you message somebody and they didn't reply, maybe their phone got stolen, maybe uh, there is no battery. But the next step, I believe that if you have the chance to communicate, you should communicate. So like for if I get like for example, my friends try to contact me, but I was busy. Sometimes I was not looking at my phone, but when I look at my phone, I tell them basically what, okay, sorry for late messaging, I didn't look at my phone, stuff like that. You didn't just ghosting people. But sometimes I tell them like giving a heads up, like I if you contact me and I didn't reply, something like that, I may be doing some other stuff. That just giving a heads up is also work help in this communication. And the next step is when you got into the communication, you should be open to what the other person is saying. Like you cannot really force your opinion. You should be open to what they're saying, listen to what they're saying, not just everything. The communication is not like only one way. You should be able to. I believe the healthy communication should be two ways. If it's two-person, right? Be able to listen to someone idea first or someone opinion about stuff, and that's the hardest part usually when people will be able to meet and discuss something or communicate, but they don't want to open of others idea or opinion about something. That's the hardest thing I can say. Yeah, I learned it the hard way too. I was also selfish, like mostly it's alright, your opinion doesn't matter, it's only all about me. That kind of communication doesn't work, man, like I can tell you. But basically those two things is like the key, I believe, because yeah, like I said, once you be open to discuss something, even though sometimes it's the other person idea is just ridiculous, like, but you should tell them, like, but also giving them a heads up, like, please don't be ridiculous or something like that. I will tolerating your idea until this line, something like that. Giving a just speak, just communicate, man. Like it helping a lot. And from my experience, from life, that's usually what happened. But sometimes the other person doesn't do that. You know, the other side doesn't do that. Doesn't open to idea. And well, if in that case you cannot really communicate with them, then that's if that happens, then that's usually good things to cut them off. Like I try to told you something, and whether you open or not, but it's good to be the listener first. That's the thing. That's it. That's what I'm. The point is what I wanted to talk about is communicate is really the key of solving problems, and I believe yeah, try to do it, man. Try to communicate if you have problems. Even though sometimes maybe you don't have someone to communicate with, there's always an online stuff like this. This also the reason I'm posting on YouTube and stuff. I have a story to share or something like that that hopefully might be able to help. That's why I believe, basically. Yeah, but that's the topic for today. I really wanted to talk about it by to be able to deep talk with other people is really good, and you can open up the conversation. Sometimes you don't know what's other going through until they open up their, something about their life, something like that. Mostly about the stress, because I've been through it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for all of you for watching or listening, everything. I don't know how to end the video. I think that's it. Yeah, don't forget to communicate. Communication is the key. I believe it. Alright, that's it for today. Peace, guys.